And we've got a good start in there to get away. And there's the jump on it. Logan looking the better of them. Cameron to get in for the run as well. So it is all on, as we saw with our Superbikes. A points tie going into our final race. May the best rider win. This is a points tie. It's why we wanted to see the win to Logan last time, because Cameron had the upper hand. It wasn't anything to do with being against Cameron or pro Logan. It was all about having them tied on points, so it would make it more exciting for this, our fifth and final feature for this exciting 300 Supersport class. Logan Rowell, Cameron Leslie in there, with Hamish Simpson, Simon Beard, very busy man here today with multiple classes, including the victory in, of course, our Carl Cox Higher Sun Cup as well. Andy McLaughlin, Richard Long, Georgia Elwin, she's been doing extremely well. In fact, she's been doing a little bit better than Seth Devereaux. We're going to have to watch that team, Brad, a little bit, I think, because with Seth's inconsistencies, Georgia may be becoming the star there.
Oh, there's no question to me who rider number one is in that team this week.
Oh, good,
absolutely.
Okay, right,
yeah.
yep.
There's definitely two sides to that coin. It's all Georgia this weekend. Full credit to Seth Devereaux, and thank you to the whole Hallicraft Racing team for coming up. Hopefully joining them back in their home island for the South Island Road Racing Safari Grand Prix and TT titles up for grabs in 10 days of motorsport bliss. Check that one out. Thank you to the clubs for getting it rolling. But Logan Rowell, Cameron Leslie and Hamish Simpson are the top three you'll see. Hamish Simpson's got himself up into second, so he's managed to split those D6 Motorsport boys up, and this is only a 5-lap race, so it's all on here as we say that. Down the back straight, we see it looks like Logan Rowell putting a bit of a move on Hamish Simpson, so now up into second place, and then there's a full-on four-way attack heading into the flip-flop there, so the battle for the podium, that's on in front, and then there's four of them going at it for fourth place at the moment, so let's check it out as they cross the line. Cameron Leslie, Logan Rowell, Hamish Simpson, less than 0.6 of a second, separating those guys. Then Andy Max, the man in fourth place, ahead of Simon Beard, Richard Boyd and Richard Ford. That's four of them separated by half a second as well. We've got Andrew Ansell, the lone survivor of our Carl Cox Ninja 400 Cup. He's in 8th place. George Relvin there in 9th, and that is our 9 remaining runners in Supersport 300. Race 5, 4:15 in the afternoon. Big attrition rate in all our classes, and this 5-race program. What a credit to the team of organisers and marshals to have got us 5 races in each class in the program. This is brilliant. 4 laps to go on this one. Cameron Leslie has the upper hand. It's winner take all between him and Logan Rowell because they are tied on points heading into this one, but anything can happen with 4 odd laps to go.
Right, and my apologies to Georgia because I missed Georgia's name off the list we've been talking about today. Smack on the hand for Neil there, but Georgia, another one of our ladies that has been competed. So Joe, Debbie, Ali, Jan, Megan, Becky and Georgia. My apologies, Georgia. That's a shocking display from me. I sincerely apologise, but I'm trying to portray. In fact, there's so many of our ladies that have been racing with us over the weekend, and I just forgot one there. But here she is to have come up. I really would love to know from those early laps of yesterday to what she's done now, because George, this is only a second visit here to Taupo. So she's having to do a massive trip as part of that Hallicraft Joe's Garage team. So to come up here for only the second time and just see what those laps have been, if they were sort of, your 159s, 2 or 201s, to now think she's pushing out there at good 157s, I think it's going to be an amazing story. So well done, Georgia. Keep on racing amongst those guys and showing them who's boss on and off the racetrack. So Cameron Leslie, Logan Rowell, looking out here. There they go. Team D6 Motorsport doing it well with Hamish Simpson on their tail. Looking out for Andy Mack. Here's that bigger gap. Yes, Andy everywhere. He's always got that orange front to his bike, so you can pick it up. Commentator's dream to spot in there with the Simon Beard in behind them, going to the 2 Richards, Ford and Boyd. And then looking out to Andrew and Georgia is the next duel to go on the racetrack. And Georgia, there she goes on that little number 17. And in fact, we're going to have Richard Boyd push further back. Yes, indeed, parked out in the infield, Brad.
Yeah, lost the rear end coming out of turn number 4. So it was a hair-raising event. Had to take evasive action in behind him. So credit to the racing and the boys are doing. But unlucky. Richard Boyd, he had a really good weekend going up until that point there on that beautiful Red Bull Yamaha R3. So drama for Richard Boyd. He is now trackside, but credit to him and the marshals. They got that bike well off the track, and now we can carry on racing. So I always love that when the competitors make the effort to try and clear the area so the rest of the racers can go and get after it. So almost no one would have been affected by the yellow flags through there. Quickly got himself recovered, so well done to them. And well done to all the marshals. Couldn't do it without you, and brilliant stuff all weekend long. So 2.5 laps to go. Still that top three. Credit to Hamish Simpson, who's just been getting faster and faster and better as this weekend goes on. He's double classing as well. He's out on the Supersport 600 entry, so a busy young man. And the Franklin Engineering Services machine has been on in this fifth and final race here. So let's check it out. Into the flip-flop, turns 12, 13 and 14. We see the 51 Cameron Leslie in the lead of this one here. It's winner take all, and now there's 2 laps to go. Logan Rowell needs to find something. We've got 0.3 of a second separating Cameron and Logan, so nothing in it. And then another 1.2 seconds back to Hamish there in third. Simon Baird's got up ahead of Andy Mack, but there's only 0.3 of a second in the battle for fourth and fifth. And then you look at Richard Ford on the 52 machine, Super Finishing Limited. He's there in sixth. Andrew Ansell on that Ninja 400 in a different class, but seventh in this race. And then George Alvin, another one, getting better and better on that MTO3 Yamaha Hallicraft Racing.
All right, good job. We don't worry about too much about the numbers of bikes these days, because there's 2 number 51s out there, and Cameron Leslie and Hamish Simpson, and they're both in the top 3. So we've amended Cameron's number officially to be 511, but then Hamish is the 5-1. He comes out of Waiuku on that 2019 model Yamaha R3, courtesy of Franklin Engineering Services, Outrider Motorcycles, Pukikari Performance Componentry, Refinishing, Franklin Cams, Andy Gourlay, Mum and Dad. Thank you, Mum and Dad. Couldn't do it without you. Love your support. So many mums and dads that have helped make our races. In fact, I can't even think of a rider who hasn't had the support of Mum and Dad in particular. Well, I suppose there'll be some that have been very, very late starters. There will be an exception to all rules, but for most of these guys that are starting at a younger age, having that magnificent support, thanks to the mums and dads out there making it happen. All right, this is Super Sport 300. This is, of course, our worldwide class as a premier build-up to 600s and going on to superbikes, so it has a real place to play. And now the fact that we've got these equidistant motorcycles, a bit of a look at where the 400 fits in this, and some countries have adopted and others haven't. There's been some that have allowed it to come in, but allowed other people to do work on bikes, and there's been a real policing to make sure the 400, but hey, we've seen the 400 here this weekend, and there's been sort of nothing outstanding to show for it, but hey, the riders that are on them are more up and comers. So yeah, I think there's a place for the 400. We do not want them excluded. We don't want a class all of their own. There won't be enough of them to make it happen. This is a class that the learning is done. This is where the racecraft is being carved and careered for these future young riders. And the more riders and the more bikes we've got in this class, the better it will be. It's my politics, 10 cents worth for what it is. And I'm sure the ebb and flow we will see for many years to come, and we have done in the past. There's been a heyday of a class that one day there was a particular brand of bike that were leading them. You only got to look back in another 4 or 5 years, and hello, that's changed to another one. And then, oh, look, in 10 years' time, it's gone right back to where it started those 10 years ago. And I'm sure that will be the case for 300s, as we see the KTM and the Yamaha, Honda have got one coming apparently, and here we are with the Kawasaki to add to the mix as well. So cool class and cool bikes, and hopefully more cool riders, because that's what we want after all.
All right, Cameron Leslie, white flag is out. We're on the last lap here, so he has not done a foot wrong in this race. He got the lead early and has almost cleared out. He's got nearly a second of a gap. And talk about coming good when the going gets tough. In the second to last lap of this race, he's lodged the fastest lap anyone's done. And what a response. So when it's on the line, he comes through. He's down the back straight ahead of his teammate Logan Rowell. We've got Hamish Simpson all on his own now in third place. Shout out to Simon Baird, Andy McLaughlin having a fierce battle as well. And I think I'll go back about 2017. I think that's Andy McLaughlin. That was back when it was called lightweight, before the 300 Supersport was adopted. He was the champion then. But here we go. Let's celebrate it. The win will go down to the 51. Cameron Leslie gets out and he loves it. Well done to D6 Motorsport, locking it out of 1-2. But it's going to be Cameron Leslie who's going to win the overall. And this time they get through the checkered flag unscathed. Well done, boys. Absolutely brilliant. Logan Rowell did everything right this weekend, but has to settle for second place. Hamish Simpson comes home in third. It'll be third overall for him. And then you look at this battle here. Andy McLaughlin, he only had a 3-point advantage over Simon Baird for this minor money. So I think that will be Andy McLaughlin getting up into about fourth overall, and Simon Baird just tucked in behind him. So well done to those guys. Absolutely brilliant racing. Go back to Richard Ford. He got better as the weekend went on. That's a 6th place finish for him. And then we look to the Carl Cox Motorsport Ninja 400 of Andrew Ansell, past Masters rider training. And Chris Smith supported machine. He'll come home in 7th, but that's a class of his own. He's in the Ninja Cup, so well done to him for there. And then George Alvin, well done, George. That'll be an 8th place finish in the race, 7th in class. on the Helicraft Racing Yamaha MT-03. Well done. And look at that, a 155.8 fastest lap of the race. So absolutely flying, getting really quick there right at the end of the weekend. So well done. And yeah, full credit to the Helicraft Racing team for making the trip up here. Brilliant stuff. Cameron Leslie will take the overall honours, but that has been an absolute treat to keep an eye on for all 5 races this weekend. The D6 Motorsport, wouldn't forget KTM team. They have to take full credit for that. Brilliant stuff all weekend, didn't put a foot wrong.